You're listening to the Incomparables Total Party Kill podcast, where a group of friends play spooky Dungeons and Dragons on the internet for your amusement. This is episode number 368 for Shocktober 2022, Tomb of Horrors, Part 2.
Welcome back to Total Party Kill. I am Scott McNulty, and this is Shocktober. Ooh, spooky. Which means that we are endeavoring to complete part 2 of Tomb of Horrors. There's no actual part 2 of Tomb of Horrors. It's just the amount of stuff we're going to get done in this session will become part 2 of our Tomb of Horrors jaunt. So don't check your modules at home. You will not find any part 2. And I am being joined by a brave adventuring party who has already pierced the outer shell of the Tomb of Horrors and will find cookie goodness inside of it. I'm sure that's what Gary Gygax wrote. And I am joined, as I was last year in Shocktober, by Mr. Nick Scott. Hello, Nick.
Hello.
And who are you playing?
Oh, yes, I am playing Thald, and he is a barbarian.
Ah, yes. Annette Wirstra is also here. Hello, Annette.
Hello, I am playing Chomasa, a Dragonborn Rager who has 2 magic spells at this level, which we probably definitely need.
We need lots of spells. Monty Ashley, speaking of lots of spells, Monty Ashley is here.
Hello, I'm playing Daffné, an Aasimar bard.
And finally, Micah Sargent. Hello, Micah.
Oh, hey, I am playing Linnell, the high elf warlock. Linnell and I both use he, him pronouns.
Excellent. And for those who do not recall, Tomb of Horrors is perhaps one of the most infamous Dungeons & Dragons written adventures, originally by Gary Gygax. It's been rewritten a number of times with the same ethos amongst it. We are playing the most recent version, 5th edition conversion that is included in the Tales from the Yawning Portal adventure set, if you would like to run it yourself. And so we, when last left off, our intrepid party had just crushed a bunch of gems in the 3-armed statue of a gargoyle, and were kind of hanging out in the passageway between. So there's a secret passageway that led to this gargoyle room from the Great Hall of Spheres, which is a room that is full of various carvings and things on the walls that include various spheres and different colors, although, as the adventure points out, they are all 2-dimensional, so they're actually circles, but they're representations of spheres. It's all very complicated.
They couldn't afford spheres?
I don't know.
Not in this budget.
So in this economy, we can only do circles. Thank you very much. So at the moment, you are in, most of you are in kind of a secret passageway that is leading back into the Great Hall of Spheres.
It looks like there's a thing that goes north from where we're standing. Is there?
Is there a thing? No, that is just a poorly drawn map.
Okay.
The bane of every D&D player.
Yes.
Well, one of several. I wonder, I don't remember why I was so far away from everyone. Not so far away, but lightly away. If there was something I was investigating, and
I believe you were picking up you were looking at the gem, the invisible gem in the broken off hand of the gargoyle.
Okay, gotcha.
But I assume you have. So you have a gem of seeing, which does require attunement.
Oh, one of those. Yeah, let me just make sure that I have that noted. That we can, of course, all share. What should we do? Where should we go?
There's a lot more. You know that the Hall of Spheres does continue further down southward. So you have your own, it's all dark in here, but you have your own light. So and some of you probably see in the dark.
Oh,
as
it
well.
does go down south.
And we feel like we've explored this space enough that we can just...
Well, let's do some perception checks,
Yeah.
which are technically just reminders of anything that we may have forgotten we percepted.
Well, you remember that you came into the Hall of Spheres through a secret door. You fought a gargoyle, then you went through a bunch of very annoying secret door rooms with arrows and things, and then your final secret door opened up into this great hall of spheres, and you came across, investigated some of the walls, and found this secret passageway to the gargoyle statue.
I rolled a natural 1.
I got a 15 perception.
I rolled an 18.
Oh yeah.
16.
You're really seeing stuff.
What are we trying to perceive here? So the Great Hall of Spheres it has inlaid tiles and it also has walls, very fancy ceilings painted with figures of animals, strange signs and glyphs. I mean, everywhere you look in this hall, there's decorations all over the place, and all of the decorations at kind of seemingly regular intervals along both the west and east walls feature some kind of component of someone either holding a sphere or, sometimes the sphere is like a portal, it looks like, in the decoration. It's all kind of...
We haven't touched the spheres, have we?
No, I think you've looked at them, and you've noticed that there are many different colors, but I don't think anyone has touched any of them.
Okay.
And you also can see...
Do we want to touch a sphere to see what happens?
Well, you tell me if you touch a sphere.
If there's anything I've learned in D&D...
I know. That's why I'm asking before we do anything so bold as
Does anyone have a
sphere.
little mage hand?
Oh, yeah, mage hand?
Oh, mage hand can touch at a distance.
Do not think a ranger gets mage hand.
I might. Just a second. I have so many spells,
I know. I feel so...
That's why we brought you along.
I feel so amazing at level 15. You just look, I could do this. Oh, why not try that? No, this is cool.
So strong.
I've got mage hand. What do you want me to do?
Woo!
Touch a sphere.
Okay, I'm going to walk into the sphere room and walk down south a bit just so I see everything that's in the room.
All right, I'm going to reveal some things for Daffné.
Linnell is going to accompany you.
I'll come hang out with you in case.
I'm just going to reveal the whole room because it's a very large room.
Oh, wow.
Oh, my.
There's a lot of spheres. Do we want
I've
to
actually got to zoom out on the map a little bit. Yeah, can you just sort of play a song? Ding, 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 ding.
Now remember, they all represent spheres, but they are all circles. And at the very end of the room, at the southernmost tip, you may not recall this, maybe you do. You have encountered before magic archways, 1 or 2, I believe. And this is another one of those. It is an archway, and it is filled with cloudy vapors.
Sure. What colors of sphere are available to me?
I will run them down from the west wall and then the east wall. Starting at the top of the west wall, you've got a golden sphere that's held high overhead by a large kind of figure. That is the sphere that you can actually, all of you can see through because it is covering up the entrance to the room that you just came from. Next to that is an orange sphere held up at the waist. Now that you're all in the room, the next thing next to that sphere, there's actually a door on the western wall. Next to that door is a purple sphere at feet level, so kind of near the floor. And then another door, and then there is a bronze sphere at waist height. And remember, these are all kind of incorporated into various pieces of art. Then there's a gray sphere at shoulder height. There's a spot where you think there should be a sphere, but there isn't anything. Then there is a blue.
There's a spot where there should be what?
A sphere, but there's nothing.
Sphere, okay.
I will just mark. I mean, you can.
The pattern is broken.
Yes, the pattern is broken. Just do it right there. Put an overly large X where it should be, or where you think it might be. There's a bright blue one at the floor again. A white sphere high up on the wall, turquoise sphere at kind of shoulder height, a scarlet sphere at waist height, and then a pale green sphere at the end.
Scarlet Sphere was my babysitter growing up.
Where was the pale green sphere?
Pale green sphere is
The last one you said.
The very bottom.
right down here. Oops, let me get my
Yes,
little
but is it
pointer.
at feet, waist, shoulder?
Oh, it's at the feet level.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And then starting from the east wall, starting at the top again, there is a pale blue sphere at shoulder height. There's a silver sphere at foot height. There's a secret door that I think is open at the moment. I don't think you closed it. So that's where you came through. There is a green sphere that is held high overhead again. A yellow sphere at shoulder height. A pink sphere that is held overhead. A black sphere at foot level. A pale violet sphere at shoulder height. There is another empty sphere area where you would think there would be one, but there isn't. And a red sphere held at waist height. A buff sphere at foot height. Then another space where you think maybe a sphere should be, but there isn't. So, and finally, an indigo sphere held high overhead. So there you go. And I should say, I mean, you can obviously see the pattern. They're all pretty regularly spaced. So the spaces that I've marked as X's don't look like they ever had spheres there, but it's, the pattern would indicate that you think it's unusual that they aren't there.
If the creators of this hall are the same as the creators of the trapdoor hall, perhaps none of these spheres mean anything at all.
Nothing means anything.
Maybe,
This
but I
is
still
a
want to
valid-
touch one.
I want your mage hand to touch one. I would also touch one.
There are a
if
lot of
anyone
spheres to
wanted
choose from.
One question. Do we think that the creators of this location would include items to help us along the adventure? Or is perhaps this, and Linnell holds up that, I forget what it's called, lens of seeing?
Gem of Seeing.
Gem of seeing. Do we think perhaps this would be of use in this room, or should we simply touch the spheres?
Oh, this place is littered with clues. Remember that poem? It didn't make any sense, but it was clearly a clue.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
This is true.
Asarak the Demi-Lich is, this is his tomb, and he has left a bunch of clues. Why? I don't know. 'Cause he's a Demi-Lich, and that's what they do.
That gem should be super useful. It would take an hour for you to attune to it.
Perhaps I could meditate while you play with the spheres.
I mean, are we in a hurry? There's no deadline here. We could just sit around and
No one
have
seems to
some
be attacking
food.
us. I have snacks.
I see no reason not to proceed with that idea.
Sure.
I'm trying to see now if I've got any sort of protect our area kind of thing.
Sure.
Does anybody have anything like that? A warding spell?
I don't
let me
know.
check.
Hang on.
If not, we can just chill for an hour. I just thought it would be good to.
Well, and you
It
can
looks
also
like I do not.
you also
do
know
not.
that in that gargoyle, I mean, if you're looking for places to hang out, the gargoyle statue room seemingly had no entrances other than the hidden one that
one.
you found.
Okay.
So that could be a space.
Yeah. Perhaps we should rest in the room with the gargoyle, and I will attune to this gem of seeing.
Ooh.
Unless another
going
of you wishes to attune to the gem, I am open to that. I'm trying to get back into the unfeeling nature of Linnell after playing characters with lots of emotions.
It makes sense. It's someone who's more magical than me to do it.
All right, yeah. I think, Scott, we're going to spend an hour hanging out while Linnell attunes to this gem of seeing.
I am dedicated to role playing, so we will just role play this hour of hanging out. No, the hour passes uneventfully. If there's anything you want to do, any of the other characters want to do while Linnell is attuning for an hour, let me know. Otherwise, the hour passes. You are now attuned to the gem of seeing. You know the command word, which you can make up if you want, and there you go. And you know how to use it, which is basically you can use it 3 times. It has 3 charges. You can... Well, actually, let me make sure that this is the same. Sometimes when you find an item, it's different.
I did add it to my inventory. Perhaps I should not have done that, because then it told me about...
Okay. It has a number of charges. Who knows? As an action, you can speak the gem's command word and expend 1 charge. For the next 10 minutes, you have true sight out to 120 feet. When you peer through the gem, so and in the picture, I'm imagining it as just like a cut gem. In the picture, it has like a little hand. It's like an opera glass, an opera monocle, I guess, really. So if you would like it to be like a monocle kind of thing, that's fine too.
I like the idea of you sort of hold it up and it looks a little mysterious. Mm-hmm. Let me see. I was trying to do a fun little thing of come on. There it is.
Is there any way to recharge the gem?
You do not know.
Okay. I wonder if even after attuning with it for an hour?
Well, generally what happens is they reset every day. But you are unsure if that's what's going to happen here. And in the chat, I put what true sight is so that you could save your...
I think Linnell heads back into the room, and I hold up the gem and I speak out the word claritui, which the internet tells me is Elvish for clarity. So who knows if that's true, but I like claritui. And maybe it glows a little bit. Yeah, ask your doctor about claritui. Side effects include being able to see lots of things. And I'm starting to just walk down, peering at these circles that represent spheres. Or is it the other way?
They are circles that represent spheres, yes. So 120 feet. So let's see, as you stand there, let's see what you see, shall we? So you can clearly, so the first thing you look through is, so the orange sphere that's covering the entrance to the room that you just came out of, you obviously can see through it without the gem, but when you look at it with the gem, it is crystal clear that is an illusion. You see that this door is this door here. There we are. So there's a door right here. You can tell that is a false door. You don't know what happens if you open it, but you can tell that it's not a real door. The same is true of the other door that you can see.
My.
So both physical doors are false doors. You can see as you're walking down.
And Linnell is relaying this to everyone as we're going, so everyone's aware of those false doors.
Do not touch.
Yes. So you can see here, this black sphere. There is a... Oops, I shouldn't just cross it out. I'll draw around it. There is a secret passage behind it. And there is another secret passage behind this red sphere.
Okay. I think Linnell will mark on the wall real quick for those two. He just says, those doors are false, but with these, he actually marks on the wall to let everyone know there's a secret passage there.
And as you look at the archway that is filled with cloudy vapors. As you come close, 3 stones in the archway in front of you begin to glow. The left-hand base stone shines with an olive hue. The one on the right glows citron, and the keystone 7 feet overhead gives off russet light. Someone had their thesaurus handy. And you are surprised because you have this fancy new gemstone that gives you true sight. As you peer through, you would think, well, maybe I'll be able to pierce the veil of this cloudy vapor, but you cannot. So it remains as cloudy as it once did.
Okay, Linnell turns to the party and says, I do not trust this gateway. And then I think he puts away the again, gem of seeing. Yay, I remembered.
Woohoo. And you also, obviously, you came through this other secret door, but you also see the secret door here.
And so the gems themselves didn't, they didn't look like cubes whenever I looked at them or anything like that. Nothing was etched on them, or they just continue to look like the gem or the spheres they were.
They just look like illusions that are covering these crawl spaces, basically.
Got it. Okay.
And then when you haven't decided if you want to touch any of these things, but if you look to examine them, you notice that the other ones appear to be made of, various materials.
Cool. Well, I think Linnell just turns to the party and says, the doors are false. They may perhaps be manipulated at a distance with mage hand. And these 2 spheres I've marked here on the wall represent secret passageways. The rest of the spheres do not stick out to me, but I reiterate, I do not trust this gateway.
In my experience, the coolest stuff is always in secret passageways. That's where I found some of the best clues.
What about foreboding, vaporous archways?
Who said that?
Yeah. Now I trust it even less. Should we go to the passageways? Does someone want to check those out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
How do I open this passageway here? The one behind the black orb.
So
not an orb.
It's a flat orb circle, as the kids call them. It is basically, so that orb is on the floor. So it's part of a piece of artwork where someone's resting their foot on top of this rather large orb. As Linnell tells you that it's basically just an opening in the wall that then goes into someplace. So you can stick your head in and look.
I will.
All right.
That sounds perfect.
Daffné is so brave.
A tunnel. That kind of, you probably see that all the way over there, and then curves off to the south.
Jinkies, guys. There's a tunnel here. It looks like it turns to the south. I bet it just ends up in that other spot. I'm going to go in, and I walk in.
Oh my god.
All right, everyone who is in the hall of orbs sees basically Daffné crawl through one of the spheres and disappears.
I think Linnell sort of does a bit of a sigh and then looks into the one at the lower to see if there's also a tunnel, at which point he will enter that tunnel, if it is a tunnel. I'm readying an action for a tunnel. Okay, I'll step right in, and I am sort of looking around to see if it leads to the left, essentially, back where Daffné is.
It does not.
Okay, then Linnell actually steps back out.
All right, so Thald and Chomasa, you see both of your party members disappear for a moment, and then Linnell comes back.
I then...
I should say, the tunnels do not connect.
Okay. I go, okay, then I'm following Daffné, and I, crawl. I guess we're crawling through that.
Yeah, you could crawl into this kind of crawlway, and for the first kind of maybe 5-10 feet, you have to crawl out, but then you can stand up into this kind of corridor.
Is there any light?
There is no light.
Oh.
There are 4 lights.
I'm going to have to cast light on something.
I'm going to follow into the tunnel as well.
Let me know what you
Oh, so Thrall, you're going in too?
Yeah.
Okay, Linnell will follow.
Oh, jeez.
I cast light on my lamp.
Oh, it's a good thing to cast light on. Are you casting it in such a way as you can kind of? Is it a hooded lamp so you can close it off if you want to?
Sure.
We'll say it is. You're.
Light is a cantrip. I can turn it on and
that's
off
true.
as much as I want. So no.
Who am I talking to? Daphne's like, bah, whatever. I cast it on the handle of my lamp.
Daphne glows herself, so.
So yeah, Daphne, the rest of your party is kind of hustling into the corridor behind you, and before you to the south, you see the corridor continues and then turns to the west.
I go down to where it turns to the west.
All right.
What a
Let me make
surprise.
sure that I am reading this correctly. That's not the one. Passing through. Crawl. There you go. You find a solid stone wall in front of you.
I pound on the wall.
Nice.
It sounds like a solid stone wall.
I poke it with one of my magic swords. The flame tongue.
I love that you're specific about it.
Well, they both have
That was
different
good.
names.
That's true.
I love that.
You squeeze past Daphne a little bit and reach by, and it feels like a solid stone wall.
Does it sound like a solid stone wall?
It does.
Does it talk like a solid stone wall?
Does it smell like
have
a
to
solid
ask it
stone
something.
wall?
I
Then
suppose.
it must be a solid stone wall. Could I do an investigation check, Scott?
Sure. I will
Investigating. Oh, go ahead.
I don't know how long you were walking around the hallway, but you probably have a couple of minutes left on your gem of seeing as well.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Let's do that instead. I will investigate with that gem of seeing. I pull it out. It's still got the action on, so I don't need to say the word again yet. And I just peer at that wall.
Plain
I
as
am a high
day,
elf,
you
so
see
it's
in that wall a secret door.
Ah, I think Linnell just points to it. Everybody by this point knows anytime it's like, oh, secret door for sure.
That's
and
a
then-
I'm
wall.
going to try and open the secret door.
All right, Thald says, out of my way. He pushes it open, and it opens up into a tunnel that goes down. And with your sense, you feel like it's going underneath the orb hall that you were just in. And it carries on
Interesting.
underneath.
Cool.
Would you like to continue
Interesting.
down that tunnel?
I'm just going to can I do a quick check for traps.
Sure.
Beautiful.
I roll. That's perception, right?
Yes.
13.
It does not appear to be trapped.
Oh, I
Okay.
want to say that is it okay that when we started our short rest, I turned my winged boots off to save the charge?
Yes.
All right. And I have not turned them back on yet. So I'm walking on the ground like the rest of you peasants.
Are you limping slightly?
No, I am walking elegantly. Thank you.
Of course.
A perfect
apologize.
runway walk.
And I'm just going to
Right.
move you folks, assuming you want to continue in.
Yeah, I'm going to move into the...
All right, so this is, I don't know if you can see, but there's basically, I can see there's a dotted line that goes through the hallway, but I'm just going to move you through it because you go underneath it, and I will reveal a bit more of the map. Wow. And let you folks put yourselves wherever you want to be. That is the rest of the tunnel. So
I forgot. Did anyone else choose Dungeon Delver for the resistance to traps?
I don't know what that is, so I don't.
Okay,
think I did.
so sorry. The reason I'm asking is I will gladly be at the head because
Okay.
traps don't hurt me as much. But if somebody else has that as well, then
Yep, nope.
okay.
I'm pretty tough, but I'm dumb. I'm not dumb. I am not a leader. I am a fighter.
Well, you see this tunnel continues to go southernly.
Okay. Should we continue southernly?
Absolutely. We're going deep into the heart of this thing.
All right. Go down some more.
All right. You see it continues for a little bit and then once again makes a turn to the south.
Oh, my word. Okay, I think Linnell will stop here. And then I will do an investigation for traps really quick. I've got advantage when it comes to checking for traps.
All right. And you're kind of at an outcropping. Actually, you probably couldn't. Well, no, I would say you could see just the tiniest hint of a doorway at the end of this kind of southern tunnel.
Got it. A 25 investigation check, specifically looking for traps.
All right. So you look around. It is very dusty. It's clear that you feel like you're the first beings that have been down here in a long time. You don't see any evidence of any traps.
Okay. I think we will sally forth.
All right. So now you stand before a kind of an unadorned, standard Dungeons and Dragons door that pushes. Actually, the only thing that's not standard about it, most Dungeons and Dragons doors push away from the characters. This will push towards you. So that's really what we call pull.
A pull. Pull door.
See, that's what the pros call.
Now is the time for that mage hand. And Linnell steps back.
All right, everybody stand where you want to.
I just go right around the corner.
Yeah, I will stand
just around the river bend.
Here, just kind of leaning around.
Mm-hmm.
And I will open the door with my mage hand.
All right. It is a surprisingly well-maintained door, and it opens effortlessly, and you see beyond it some sort of room.
Guys, there's some sort of room in there.
It's DM speak for you need to get closer for me to read the box of description.
I walk up to the door.
All right. I will reveal. I'll read this and then I'll reveal the room. You see what is obviously some form of temple area. There are scenes of normal life painted on the walls, but the people have rotting flesh, skeletal hands, worms eating them, and so forth. Yet there are also depicted various religious symbols of good alignment. There is a mosaic path leading between 4 rows of wooden pews that face the worship area. In front of the pews, a wooden railing divides the room. South of it is an altar in front of a tiered dais on which sits a wooden chair. I will reveal. It is dark, cool. So Daphne's light is lighting up the area. I'm just going to reveal the whole.
On the dais. Could I do a religion check just to see if there's any weird stuff going on with religion?
I will tell you there is weird stuff going on. You don't even need to roll, but
feels weird to me.
Do I get
creepy?
Any sense of what the religious, if there is a religious nature to what's happening in this room? I'm having actual flashbacks to church days with these pews. Very hard pews. But I rolled a 13, so I don't know about that.
Well, the only thing that you think is strange is this kind of mixture of iconography, right? There's this clearly unpleasant things are happening on the walls, but then amongst them are these symbols of good gods and pantheons. So that doesn't make a lot of sense. And there, you would recognize them. Gods don't tend to update their symbols a lot. They kind of are going for the whole timeless branding thing. So you can tell that they are ancient, but they are recognizable. Some of them you've never seen before, obviously, but you've seen a good number of them. So it's just weird that they're all together. And even, all the good symbols are together, but generally these gods are not depicted together. These, you generally don't see a lot of multi-denominational temples in the world of D&D. So it just seems weird.
They're Unitarian.
Exactly.
I rolled a 17 on a religion check. Is there anything else that I perceive?
You have a sense that this place is like an I don't want to say active temple because that makes it seem like people are actually using it, and it doesn't look like anyone's used it in a good long time. But it certainly feels as though it is consecrated, which in Dungeons and Dragons is a very particular thing, and means that it is kind of aligned with good. So you get a sense that it seems like it's a good place, but also not.
Is that actually like a little body in the corner there, or is there...
Yes, so as you get a little... I'll say, Daffné, you're probably in the room far enough for me to read this next part. So as you get a little closer into the room, or a little further in the room, I should say, you notice that their chair up on the dais is nicely carved and padded, but seems unremarkable. On either side of the dais are large, freestanding brass candelabras holding 5 white candles. In each corner on the southern wall is a large white pottery urn stoppered with a brass and wood plug. Sprawled on the floor near the west wall is a human skeleton in black chainmail that is badly rusted and damaged. The skeleton's outstretched arm points to a stone archway set in the wall. The opening is filled with an opaque, bright orange vapors. So that's right down here. This skeletal hand is pointing towards this archway that looks very similar to several other vaporous archways you have come across.
It's like subconsciously trying to direct us through that fog.
Who else wants to put this skeleton in the chair?
Ooh.
Let's do it.
Yeah. Yeah. Actually, before super quick, Linnell may not remember this, but I certainly do. Could I sort of investigate the pews? I'm looking for percept the pews. I'm looking for like carvings on the back of the benches or little hymnal books or anything. Maybe even like if someone was sitting in them and they scrawled on things with, wood. I want to look all throughout these pews for hints.
Sure.
Gum underneath, that kind of thing. Oh, yeah, we'll do
Give
a
me
perception
a perception check.
I wanted to do the same thing.
Okay.
Ooh, can we roll for advantage then?
Well, do you want to help each other or do you want to
Sure.
be independent of one another? Okay. So someone will roll to help.
Annette, what's your bonus
My
on
perception is +7.
Oh, okay. You've got me beat by 1, so let's have you do it.
Okay.
Then you just roll with advantage.
I rolled a 23.
All right. So you are, both of you are, could you just pick one of the pews that you're looking at? And I can tell you what you see.
I'm here at this,
All right.
the third from the front.
So
there.
We'll just move
that one.
Linnell down there. I'm not going to make you sit in the pew, but you are down there helping. You can sit in if you want. But so it looks like a pretty straightforward wooden pew that has some carvings in it. Once again, a weird mixture of kind of horrific things with good god iconography sprinkled in. So it's very strange. One of the most interesting things about these pews is as you're looking at kind of the benches, you notice that there are hinges on them, and that you think that the bench lid would lift up, and you quickly look around.
Was this the Church of Oprah?
You get a horse card.
You can kind of peer over at the pew that's behind you, or in front of you, I guess I should say, and you notice that there are hinges on those, and you make a quick scan of some that you can see around you, and you notice that they are basically, you will find out they all have hinges on them.
We're totally opening this.
Well, but let's look for traps first.
Okay.
We'll go to each one. Linnell will check for traps because I've got advantage on that, and then you can open it up if you want to, if you feel comfortable doing so.
I feel comfortable with this arrangement.
All right. So I forget now what trap checking is. That investigation,
perception, or investigation.
Gotcha. All right, cool. Then we will check for traps on this pew on the right, third one from the front. And let me roll that again for me a second. A 12 to check for traps.
It is no traps.
I open it.
It creaks open a little bit, and you see that there's a kind of a cavity in there, and it is filled with 3,000 electrum pieces.
Sweet.
Oh.
Can we take them all?
Sure.
That seems like a very heavy thing to carry, but
Well, you're all... I think you must have a bag of holding. Somebody has something, surely.
Yeah.
Coins don't weigh anything, according to
It's
one
true.
rule in D&D.
That is a
Which
sensible
brings me to
rule.
my proposal. When you have a gold mine, you should have a smelter and a coin minter right there, because then you can ship them out easier.
That's true. That's a good point. Should we go to the one to the left on this row?
yes, sure.
Cool.
So yes, I'm
All right,
very
so I will-
uninterested in
That was three.
encumbrance
Did you say
rules,
3,000 electrons?
Same.
3,000, yes.
Okay.
All right. Ooh, that's nice. 24 to check for traps.
No traps.
All right. It's going to be like the last one, so I'm definitely checking every single
I
one.
open it.
You see 3,000 electrum pieces.
Oh, we're
So up
getting
to
rich.
6,000.
Okay. Which way should we go next?
And Thald and Daffné, is there
Let's-
anything you would like to do while they're
I'm going
looking
to
around?
check the back one on the right-hand side.
Okay, well, if he's going back, let's go forward to
Okay.
the one right in front of us.
All right, Thald, give me a roll.
20 for check traps.
You do not
Nice.
think it's trapped.
All right, I open it up.
You see 4,000 silver pieces.
Wow. We are getting rich.
You're
If
very
we
good
don't
at counting.
die.
things. Immediately, you know, 4,000 silver pieces.
Yeah. You just beep, 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 beep. Ooh, natural 20 to check for traps on that one we're standing in front of.
You are 100% certain it is trap free.
Nice. Annette, do you open that one?
I do open it.
You find 2,000 gold pieces.
Finally, something worth looking at.
Yeah, exactly. It gets higher as we go forward, it seems.
Yep.
Should we check the one in the front?
Yes, we should. Yes, we should.
Okay.
Now, isn't it really trapped with the lure of money?
Because we're wasting all
You're
our
on
time
to something.
weighing
Makes
us
you think.
down.
I'm going to check this one on the
Capitalism,
right-hand
am I
side.
right?
All right, Thald,
Uh-huh.
give me a check.
Too. 9.
You are certain it has no traps.
All right, I open it up.
It is trap free, but full of 2,000 gold pieces.
Woo! I rolled a 24 investigation to check this one for traps in the front.
You notice that the hinges on this pew are different than the hinges on the other pews that you've looked at. And they look like, as you're kind of examining them, that they have some kind of rod attached to them, so that when you would open this up, it would cause some mechanism to do something.
Mm-hmm.
Whew, okay. Linnell will quickly check the other front one, just so, because he sees Thrall kind of also going along and doesn't want him to accidentally do that. So let me hop over there real quick and check again with a 17 investigation, although I'm looking very specifically for larger hinges.
You see it's the same story here, that the hinges are beefier, and you take a moment to look and you see the same rod mechanism.
There are beefy hinges on both of these pews. Do we have anyone here who is good at disabling traps?
That would have been a good idea.
It's true.
No.
I am probably not. I'm pretty.
What skill is
No.
that? Is that sleight of hand?
It requires thieves' tools, basically, and
Oh.
kind of proficiency in that.
Oh, crud. Do any of us have thieves' tools? I have no tools, according to my character sheet.
Maybe in some backpack. I do not have these tools.
We could always try
I
something
see.
else, but
I see two options. One, I could open it with Mage Hand.
I forgot
Mhm.
about Mage Hand.
Two, we just walk away. And don't
That's-
open it.
That's not a bad suggestion.
We've made plenty of money on this room.
It's true.
and I should say, since you're all now kind of closer to the front, there is an altar that's this in front of the chair, and you hadn't noticed before, but now that you're closer, it is glowing with kind of a subtle inner light of blue light. So it's not like strobing strong blue light, but it's very subtly kind of pulsating.
I'll roll an Arcana check on that. An 18. What can I learn about that pulsating, strange rectangle thing?
Well, you certainly know it is some sort of strange. So you look at the material, and I'm assuming you're not going to touch it at the moment.
No.
But let me know if you want to. And it is, you've never seen that material before, and certainly normal stone doesn't just glow blue. So you know something's up, but you have no idea what it might be.
So. Okay, I don't know. Does anyone have detect magic? Oh! I think I can do this at will. I cast a detect magic on it. You can use your action to see a faint aura. Wait, no, hold on. Oh, yeah, okay, good. Faint aura around any visible creature or object in the area that bears magic, and you learn its school of magic, if any.
All right, so it is, so if you're going to look around, I forget what the range of, I'm looking at it right now. Range, 30 feet, it's just your sight. Oh, within 30 feet of you, okay. So certainly you cast detect magic, you look around, you see that the stone altar in front of you is interestingly not glowing magic. Now you know that it could mean that maybe it's a cleric thing.
Got it.
That you look over at the archway, which I think is probably, it's not within 30 feet, but it's magical. It's glowing with magic. It's so magical. It's glowing with magic. Beyond that, your friends are glowing with magic. Let's see what else is there. And that is it, actually.
The skelly on the floor, maybe?
You are close enough, yeah. He does not glow at all.
I still like the idea of placing him in the chair.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it.
We do it.
I'm strong enough to lift him up, probably, and...
All right, well, as you try to start to pick him up, and he basically, the bones disintegrate into dust, and the armor is super old, and kind of, you try to pick it up, and it breaks away as well.
So I still try to carry it, though, because I'm kind of determined. We had this idea. So as it sort of disintegrates as I walk over, whatever few pieces of armor, I put them on the chair.
All right, you put these bits on the chair, and they're there.
And then I my hands, which are all dusty now.
Sorted.
I want to walk through this archway. Does anyone mind if I walk through this archway?
Sure.
I don't...
Do we want to look at candelabras? Or anything else first?
I am concerned for your safety.
I'm going to go on the bottom right-hand corner and have a look at this jar.
Ooh. All right, give me a perception check.
Okay. 20.
All right, so the jar, you feel like you can open it up if you like. It looks like it's ancient. And as you're looking at the jar, something catches your eye on the wall opposite the archway. So I'm going to draw something right here. And you notice on that wall there, you find a small slot. And above it, faintly traced above it, is a letter O.
A letter O.
Can I check for traps?
Sure.
That's just a circle.
It's not
24.
a sphere this time.
That's right. It's not a sphere. It's a tiny sphere. What did you get for traps?
24.
All right, and you're searching the jar or the wall?
The jar.
You think it's just a jar, an untrapped jar.
Okay, I'm going to open it up.
And it is empty.
Okay. I'm now going to check for traps on the wall here.
Okay.
And I roll a 14.
You find no traps.
Okay. Should I poke this or do anything with it? Anybody want to use a mage hand on it?
Is the slot like coin sized, or is it like how big is the slot?
It is of sufficient size to accept a coin or a disc-shaped gem.
It's like we have lots of these.
Oh yeah, we got to put
coins.
We should start with the smallest amount, a silver piece.
Here's some Electrum, idiot.
Yeah.
I have a silver piece, so I'll just pop a silver piece into the coin.
All right.
Or into the slot.
You pop the silver piece in, and it doesn't roll in. I mean, it fits in, but it just kind of stays there. And you can, if you want to take it out, and I'm not saying you do or you don't, but you can also easily pry it out.
Okay, I'm just going to pop it out then.
You said a disc-shaped gem.
Yes.
Is a lens shaped like a disc?
Oh.
I would say yes, it is.
Okay. I think Linnell will walk up and will, because it's got that stick part of it that leads to the lens, just sort of place it in across or in into the O for a second, and just see if there. Oh, I'll be very closely listening for like a mechanism to, trigger, and if it does, then I don't know. If I hear something, then I'm going to pay closer attention because I don't want anything to happen to this.
We don't want to lose your gem.
You just got this gem. It really pulls your outfit together. You slide it in, and it will fit. It surprisingly fits, and then nothing happens.
Huh? Could you describe the? You said it's shaped like a letter O. So does that mean that it's got like a circle in the middle, and then it's an O? Does that make sense? As opposed to just a full-on circle, is it sort of
just a circle
area? Okay, so it's just a circle. There's no inner circle inside.
And you don't know if it's an O or not. So I actually think that text is misleading. So it is. It could be an O, could be a circle, could be something else.
I'm just going to try popping in a gold piece.
Could be.
Because I was thinking if it's shaped like an O, then it could an O where there's like an inner circle. Then a ring would be a great item for that. The one ring. But if it's just a circle.
So a ring would fit into the slot as well.
Does anyone have a ring?
Can I walk back through the debris of the person's skeleton just to see if we dropped anything such as a ring or
maybe the skeleton has a ring on it?
Yeah, so because I just spread it all over the place by moving it. I retrace the steps and sort of see if I see anything.
So you see kind of scattered on the floor, I would say, sure, why not? A ring is there that was on the skeleton's hand previously and is now somewhere between where the skeleton was and the chair.
I pick up the ring and go, hey, look at this. Would this work? And bring it over to Thald and Linnell.
Perhaps Mage Hand should place the ring if this were an indication of the person being blasted across the room by the placement.
Smarter.
Okay, let's all decide where we're going to stand for this.
I give the ring to Daffné and back up. I sit in the second pew.
What is the range on Mage Hand? 30 feet. Okay. So there, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I can't be there. I can be here.
I'm going to duck behind the bench.
Nice.
Crouch behind this pew.
I like
We're
how
praying.
cautious you go.
And like raise my hand
kneeling.
up, and the ring like awkwardly moves like it's poorly animated. Because that's my thing. And it drifts over and bunks into the slot.
All right. And so when you're out in the world and you're interacting with things and you put something in a slot that is not designed for, but it will fit, it still fits. But then when you put the thing that it's designed for, it feels satisfying. So you get that kind of secondary satisfaction, Daphne, of sliding something into a slot that seems to be made to accept rings. But nothing happens.
So made for rings, but
Not this
nothing.
ring.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Can we check? Would one of you like to check that ring? Like perceive it, just to see if there's is it mundane?
Can you turn it a little bit, or
yeah,
move
give it a
it?
little twisty twist.
So
'cause it seems
it's
to
a
be-
mundane ring because Linnell looked with detect magic and there was no magic on the skeletons.
Oh, that's right.
Are we going to have to open those pews?
Oh golly.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, so do we want to try and dismantle the trap? Is it possible to do that without thieves' tools at all? Is there some way?
It is much more difficult, but or you can come up with some additional ways. But the most straightforward way is to use thieves' tools. But
Maybe if we all leave the room and Mage Hand goes to work again.
Does anyone have woodworking tools? We could like unscrew the hinges or something. Like,
Ooh.
Let me check my inventory.
like we don't have to be restricted by how this trap was expecting us to open it, right?
That's a good
that is
point.
true. And that's what I'm saying. There are many ways to disarm a trap. So
I have a hammer and a piton
I have a crowbar.
and rope. But
you
a
said-
piton and a hammer might work.
You said that the way the trap worked was that a bar was in the hinges and would fall or something like that.
So it looks like it's a bar is connected to the hinge in such a way that when you lift it up, it pulls the hinge out and something happens. Or pulls the rod out, I should say, and something happens.
Can you use your python to hold that rod where it is?
I'm willing to try with you. So we could try and hold the rod in place with the piton.
I like that.
Now you know that there are
I should
two
say I don't hate
hinges,
it.
and they both have this rod mechanism on them. On each
So
of
do you
the
have more than one?
pews.
Can I use my hammer on the other one?
You
oh,
brought
like the
one python?
other part of it.
You have
yes,
multiple
that's what no, actually, I have more of them.
Yes, one python is not very helpful.
Yes, I have 20 of them. So
Okay, cool.
we can be using more than one at a time.
Thrall, perhaps we should wait at the tunnel in case these two are incapacitated. We can assist them.
Sure, that sounds good to me.
Okay.
All right, so you guys are going to go. Are you going to... You're leaving and closing the door behind you, leaving the door open?
We'll close
Since
it.
you've asked, I think we will close the door behind us.
We'll
job to
yell
ask
if
these
we get
questions.
hurt.
Yeah, we'll be fine. Don't you guys worry. Just hang out in the tunnel.
All right, Daphne and Chimosa, this is now your show. So tell me what you want to do.
Okay, so I'm probably standing in the middle of the bench using pitons to hold the rod in place.
Okay. And so you're using you're basically
My-
you have a piton in both hands and you're kind of jamming it in, and then how are you going to open that
Well,
leaves you?
I'm
Mage hand.
Oh,
yeah.
Mage Hand. I forgot about Mage Hand.
that way.
How?
I'm the only one that's in the line of fire.
Hang on. I just heard what I said. I have a new plan.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Take the pythons out.
Okay, take them out.
I'm going to use Mage Hand to hold the rod in place.
Oh. Okay.
There are two rods, though.
But there are two rods.
Oh, you said there was one rod and two hinges. Okay, fine.
There are two hinges and two rods.
All right.
So back to plan A.
Yeah, back to plan A.
Okay, I'm ready.
I shared the excitement there for a second, though.
Yeah. I will open it with Mage Hand.
All right, Chamosa, give me a... what do you want to give me? Well, you may not want to give me anything, but what am I going to ask you to give me? Give me a dexterity saving throw. No, a dexterity check.
Dexterity check.
Mm-hmm. At disadvantage.
At disadvantage?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, so far I'm at 10.
All right.
And then I'm at 9.
All right. So so you slide these pitons in and kind of try and jam the rods, I should say, and then Daphne's poorly animated mage hand comes across, picks up the lid of the pew, and there is a slight explosion as the top of the pew blows off, and billowing out of the pew comes some sort of gas.
Oh my god.
And
hold your breath.
Let me
hold your breath and get away.
Yeah, I hold my breath.
Chamosa, you take 4 points of damage as you kind of thud to the floor, sliding perilously close to touching the altar. Boop, but you don't actually touch it.
There's a thing I would like to do.
Sure.
I would like to walk over, pick up Chamosa, and dimension door.
Ah, excellent.
Ooh.
Where are you dimension dooring?
Up here with everybody else.
All right. Let me look at what dimension. Do you have to... Is line of sight dimension?
No, it's dimension door. Fuck.
Come on. You arrive against a spot. It can be a place you can see, one you can visualize, or describe by stating the distance. So you can certainly visualize that tunnel. So you dimension door. You grab Chamosa by the collar. You both step through this door. Thald and I was going to call you
Linnell.
I was going to call you Laurel, who's a Klingon from Star Trek Discovery. That's not the right thing. Linnell are kind of, pressed against the door, trying to listen. They hear an explosion, and then Daphne's like, whew, behind them, and they jump, and they're like, what happened?
And I'm because I inhaled smoke and gas.
The plan didn't work.
Well,
I think we would have been
worked.
better off just everybody standing as far away from it as possible when I opened it.
Yeah.
Did
we open it we failed at stopping the trap, but opened it?
Oh. Is it still open?
Or is it closed still?
Well, when you left, it was open.
Okay.
But we go back
the top actually kind of blew off, so it is open.
I think we should give it a minute, let the gas settle, and then we should probably go in.
Yeah, okay.
All right, so tell me how long
invested.
You want to wait?
A minute.
All right,
yeah.
Minute passes.
A true minute.
Let's go back in, guys.
All right.
You open the door, and gas comes into the tunnel.
Oops.
Give me who opened the door? Thal, give me a Constitution saving throw.
All right. Roll a... Uh-oh. Oh, well, I have 9 plus 9 Constitution, so it gives me 11.
All right, you feel like you would have been poisoned, but you shrug it off, and the gas seems to be dissipating.
Whew.
So you feel like if you leave the door open for a little bit, the gas will kind of move out. So you wait another...
Should we move down the hall a bit?
Sure. You can move down the hall a little bit, and then you wait like another minute or two, and then it's pretty much gone. So you can go back in if you like.
All right. I go in and see what's in the bench.
All right. I'm just going to draw I'm going to change my color here. Just make it denote that this is a blown up pew. And in that bench, you find some kind of canisters that were holding some kind of gas, and that's it.
They were simply trapped all along. Is anyone here equipped with a ring?
I have a couple of rings.
I have no rings.
No
I
rings.
have a ring of jumping and a ring of mind shielding.
Too many accessories are hard to animate.
Of those, well, okay, see, because I don't know. I mean, little table talk. I was worried about putting the lens in because I didn't know if it was going to, like, sometimes it's sort of accepting as sacrifice an item, like that gem that got crushed in the other room. And so I don't want to risk anybody's items, but we know that it needs a ring.
There might be another ring to find somewhere else.
Yeah, we might have to, like, mark this as a to-do.
Come back to it.
I'm going to go look at this candelabra here and see if I see anything.
Oh, yeah.
Sure, give me a perception check.
Right. 12.
It is a large candelabra with 5 white candles.
I'm going to
and
light
all
one
of
of
the
the candles.
candles are rings.
Oh, yeah. If we melt all the candles, maybe there's a ring inside one.
You light the candle, and it lights.
Okay. I light the rest of the candles.
They are shedding illumination as you would expect.
I firebolt them, bzz, 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 just like instantly melt the candle, the whole wax. Bzz, 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 bzz.
All 5 are melted, and there are now large puddles of wax on the floor. And drips.
But no rings.
No rings.
Okay. I'm going to go investigate this throne.
Okay. It is a nicely carved and padded chair. And give me a perception check. Or investigation, I suppose.
Ooh, natural 20.
You verify that it is nicely padded, but unremarkable. There are no secret compartments, no particular carvings.
Okay.
Doesn't seem like it's kind of like a counterweight or something that if you sit on it, it'll cause a mechanism to do anything.
When we investigated the altar, did it look like there was any way to open it?
No, the altar seems to be one large piece of whatever strange material this is. It continues to glow or pulsate blue.
I wonder if we put the skeleton or what remains of it on the top of the altar.
Ooh, on the altar, yeah.
All right, I'm going to just, I don't know, whatever I can lift up from the chair,
Get some
put it on top
dust.
of the altar. Yeah.
And so how are you putting it on the altar?
So I'm on the dais, and I'm just kind of like loft it onto the altar.
Okay. So it kind of clatters on these bits onto the altar, and nothing seems to happen. It's there. It's not absorbed into it or anything. It's just laying on top of the altar.
Okay, I'm going to go look at this other candelabra.
All right. It is also brass, 5 white candles.
Okay. And then I'm going to go look at this other urn.
Looks exactly the same as the other urn.
Okay. And I'll open it.
It is also empty.
Okay. I don't know, should we touch the altar?
I was like, the only thing left to do would be to touch the altar.
Or go through this portal?
Yeah.
I want to go through that
Wasn't there a
archway.
door? Wasn't there a door?
Nope.
Well, we think there's a door where
Behind
that
the
little-
skeleton, right? Oh.
That's
the archway.
the
That's the
glowing
archway.
Oh, that is the archway. Okay. my bad.
Orange, swirly vapor.
Got it.
I don't know, what do you think's the most likely to move things forward? Touching the altar or going through the portal? I think the portal probably makes more sense.
Portal.
All right, who wants to step through the portal?
Me.
I think we
do.
know. Yeah.
We have a
Daffné
volunteer.
Daphne, are you going to step through
Yell
the
if you
portal?
get hurt.
I'm going to walk up to the portal, trigger my winged boots so I am an inch off the floor, and walk through the portal.
All right. Everyone sees Daphne walk through the portal, and she disappears. I want to
Daphne.
see. Monty, I'm going to chat with you on Zoom chat because I can't figure out how to do it.
It's kind of tough on Roll20 chat.
Roll20 chat. If I can figure out how to do it on chat as well. Here we go.
He's not going to tell us. We have to decide.
It's a good sign he's chatting with him as opposed to like.
I'm saying, do you have a backup character?
So many, yes.
This is fascinating. I forget we're on the podcast, so I guess I should just actually tell Monty what's happening, and you can all. All right, good.
It's like we all take off our headphones so we can't.
Yeah, I mean, if you want
tell
it,
Monty.
give us a thumbs up afterward if you want.
Daffné emerges from the archway, and she grabs her head and grimaces as she takes 6 points of psychic damage. And I say she, but the person who emerges through the gateway appears to be Daffné, although also appears to be a male version of Daffné.
My head. Oh, what?
Whoa.
You know, one of you guys could have done that too.
And I should say,
just
Monty,
because I'm always up for walking through things doesn't mean that you have to let me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know it's fun that I'm the one who gets kidnapped every time, but what if? You know, that's all I'm saying.
Daffné? So did you just went through the door and you came out of this door, like you didn't go anywhere?
I was in a... Really? Okay. I was in a tiny room and I touched the walls and
You are very handsome.
Mm-hmm. Still kind of shiny, and it's like,
just a second. I want to verify something. Okay, I say a magic word, Kazam, and my outfit, which had been tailored to my cheerleader body, changes because it is glamored studded leather.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
And I get to decide what it looks like at all times, including color, style, and accessories. So it changes to my new male frame. I still look, and I want to emphasize this, amazing.
Mm-hmm.
No one is arguing that.
Gorgeous.
All right. Yeah. And I guess, oh, wow. This is weird. Well, if anyone else wants to, like, it's right there.
Huh.
And it is continuing to swirl. It does not, it seems as though to it, nothing has happened.
Linnell feels a fluttering in his chest he has never felt before.
Well, I guess that didn't go anywhere, but it was transformative.
That's true. I say it went very interesting places, but yes, the room itself, Daffné will tell you, is a featureless 10 by 10 room.
Yeah, I wasn't a fan of it. It didn't progress me anywhere, frankly.
Does this mean we should focus on the O, touch the altar, or perhaps head down the other tunnel from the Room of Spheres?
I think the other tunnel.
I
Kind of want
agree
to touch the altar.
with the handsome... What do we call you?
I'm still Daffné.
Understood, Daffné.
If I feel like changing my name, I'll let you know.
Awesome.
Now, I heard someone say something interesting. Thald, what are you doing as everyone is walking towards the door?
Well,
I'm not paying attention to Thald.
I'm kind of like
I
just
missed it,
being
actually.
distracted by this slight glow of the altar, and I'm just kind of standing about. I'm like, I think maybe we should touch it.
Oh God, is he Is he being drawn in by it?
No.
Or is he?
I'm just fascinated. I mean,
Scott,
I'm a barbarian. Glowing things are fascinating.
what is the mechanism for like attempting to stop someone from doing a thing? Can I sort of try to be dexterous or whatever to stop that from happening?
Yeah, I mean, you could do some grappling. You could, if you want to get, physical, you could just talk to the person. We can, if you want to do it in game terms.
Oh, I thought it was kind of like in the moment happening. So I thought
I'm still standing 5 feet away.
Yeah, he's 5 feet away. From the way Nick has described it to me, it sounds as though he's kind of staring deeply into it and saying, I think we should touch that.
Got it. Okay. In that case, then I don't need to do any of those things that I really didn't want to do. So that's good.
I feel like you have feelings you want to express about it, though. This action.
Should we?
I'm
willing
to
be talked out of it.
I don't know where those feelings are coming from. It's like for Linnell, he's deeply untrusting of any of this stuff, and then to just see that portal go horribly wrong, anything that has sort of some sort of radiating magic is mistrusting. To me, it seems like, or to Linnell, it seems like when the interactions are mechanical in nature, that is when they lead us to new places, progressing. Whereas when they are magic in nature, it appears as though those are meant to lure us and to harm us and to trap us. So I am saying that, but pretend Linnell said all of that. I'm convinced by your argument. Cool. But we should of course keep this room in our thoughts and prayers and return to it in the future.
Oh, and I just want everybody to know this, by the way. Should I die, I have a ring on. It's called the Mind Shielding Ring, and my soul is going to enter that ring if I die.
Oh,
so somebody please pick it up and put it on your finger, and then I'll be able to communicate with you telepathically.
Oh, that's super cool.
Oh, now everyone kind of wants to kill you to see if it works. Or maybe that's just me. Good thing I'm not there.
It's the two of horrors. It's speaking into us. Okay, so let's head back to that other tunnel then.
All right, well, you can easily get back to the Hall of Spheres and get back to the other tunnel that you saw, which is in front of, or the red sphere there is in front of it. And once again, you crawl through it. If everyone's going in, I can move. Oops. Get onto the right selector, and I will move. You crawl in there. I'm going to put Thald down here. I don't know what your order is, but that is so you're in front of this red sphere, which is, I think, let's see, where is this one? This is at waist height. So you crouch in and crawl in there, and you see another tunnel that heads to the east and then makes a turn to the south.
All right, let's wander down this tunnel.
Are we crawling?
This one you are crawling, yes.
Oof. Oh, you're crawling. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
This feels weird.
Do we want to send Linnell first?
Oh yeah. Let me be first for the sake of.
By the way, Monty, Daphne, do you still have your boots on?
Yes.
Are they hovering?
Well, right now I'm crawling, so I'm crawling a foot off the ground.
I feel like that might be good.
Up an inch.
Yeah, if there's any traps, maybe we should. We're gonna fall down any pits.
All right, so you, Linnell, you round this little corner and you see very abruptly it goes to the south, maybe like, I don't know, a foot, if that, and then ends.
It ends?
It ends in a blank wall.
All right, let's investigate said wall for traps or entryways that are hidden from us.
Give me a perception check.
All right, I will do that as soon as I find the button. I don't think an 11 is going to find anything.
An 11 reveals that there is a secret door in that wall.
Yay!
So, what would you like to do?
Let's go into the secret door. Wait,
no.
I take it back. Let me check that secret door for traps. Okay, one roll and another roll, and my highest is a 20 to check for traps.
It does not appear to be trapped.
All right, then I open it however it asks to be opened.
All right, so you folks, Linnell, Thald, and Chimosa, Thald and Chimosa, Daffné as well, sees this. So Linnell reaches down and kind of opens this secret door and falls through it. And you hear oof as Linnell hits the ground of a room and takes 4 points of damage as you have fallen 10 feet into this room.
All right, did you guys hear an oof?
There's definitely an oof. Linnell, are you okay?
What's going on?
And you're fine other than the fall, Linnell.
I appear to be okay. So I'm inside of that room there?
Yes, you are right here.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, you got me. All right. Then I think...
and I'll tell you what
Linnell's going... Oh, thank you.
What shall I do right now? So it is a fairly empty room except for 3 things. There are 3 large chests that are on the floor in front of you. One is gold to the west. The one in the center is silver. And the one in the east is oak.
Oaken
That's definitely
chest.
your traps.
And you can see the trap door, or the secret door that you came through is hanging open, and it's 10 feet up on the wall. And you can see probably maybe Chimosa is like looking through, saying, "You all right?"
Can I just jump down without taking damage?
Anybody now that Linnell took damage mostly because you opened it and you fell through. But anyone who is aware can lower themselves, jump down, do whatever. No damage.
I'm just
Daffné
going to
will fly down, I'm sure.
Chest on the right and check it for traps.
Oh, I guess I technically shouldn't. No, actually, it's okay. I was going to say technically shouldn't have fallen because I have my broom, but I would not have used my broom in this crawl tunnel, so it's okay that I fell. I had my broom on my back for this.
Ooh. I will update that token later for you, Monty.
Thanks.
Yeah. Okay, so you're checking that oak one for traps.
Yep. 20.
It appears to be an oaken chest with thick bronze bands. It is about 4 feet long, 2 feet wide, 3 feet high, so it's pretty big. The one thing you notice is it and the other 2 chests are firmly affixed to the floor. Other than that, it doesn't even appear to be locked, so you don't think it's trapped.
Okay, I'm just going to pop it open.
All right, you open it up, and it reveals inside of it. It had this. It looks like white sand, but it starts to swirl, and it turns out that it is a. Let's see here. Ugh, I hate Roll20. There we are. Boop. It swirls into and forms into a large skeleton warrior who we will now roll initiative for.
Yeah.
Oh.
Cool.
Oh my God. You weren't lying when you said large.
It's very large.
All right. Initiative.
Let me just write down this. All right. So this giant skeleton, it's wearing kind of old tattered chainmail. It's got a large scimitar, and it looks at you, the 4 of you. It doesn't say anything, but it kind of peers in. I feel like it's like crouching, and it peers in menacingly and looks as though it is unhappy to see the likes of you folks here. What do you do, Chimosa?
I have, I'm just going to run the spell called Conjure Barrage.
Whoa.
Where I throw up my dagger into the air and like toss it at the skeleton, and then it like multiplies to create a cone of identical weapons that shoot forward and then disappear.
That's awesome.
And then each creature in the 60-foot cone, which would include this dude, has to succeed on a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, all right. What's my DC?
Dex 15.
I fail.
And I rolled super well. You get 3d8 damaged, and I rolled 10.
10 points of damage as this kind of cone of daggers attacks this giant skeleton and chips off some of its bone, I guess. Excellent. Anything else?
I have my panther, and I'm not sure if my companion beast, if she's going to, is that an action or a bonus action to run your companion?
That's a good question.
It depends, on is it a magical one that you have to summon, or what?
No,
has it just been with us all along?
Like as a ranger, you have a companion.
Oh, you're a ranger.
Yes, so I have and so she's a black cat, panthery, sort of beastie, who I forget about constantly because
the
she's
camera
very
zooms
sneaky.
out slightly, and there's a panther there next to us the whole time.
She's a black cat that just slinks in and out. She also went through the gate and is now a he.
Oh, cool.
It takes a turn on your initiative, and you can verbally command it to move, and you can use your action to verbally command it to take the attack, dash, disengage, or help. If you don't issue a command, the beast takes the dodge action. Once you have an extra attack feature, here you have. I'm sure you have the extra attack feature because we're high level here. You can make one weapon attack yourself, and then command the beast to take the attack. So you could do it that way. But yeah, you do have to command.
Okay. So I could command it then to pounce.
Yes.
Yeah, it's going to pounce and try to bite, which would be +4 to hit. 13.
All right, your panther pounces and bounces off of the.
She's not warmed up yet.
the chainmail of the giant.
The panther's
skeleton.
name is Sekhmet. It's Sekhmet.
All right, there you go. And I put a panther on the board.
Yay!
Hooray! I feel like if you're going to attack, you need to have a token. Come on.
Yes.
All right, excellent. Daffné.
Guys, my voice is kind of odd right now, and all I can think to do is cast Bane. I'm casting Bane. Charisma saving throw, target 19.
All right, this is not a surprisingly charismatic giant skeleton. I got a 7.
No.
I fail.
A 7, well, that's going to fail. For the next minute, you will subtract a d4 from each of your attack rolls and saving throws.
Oh, well done. All right. Now I have to find a d4. Anything else, Daffné?
I'm just going to walk over to the corner. That's all.
Excellent. All right, Thald.
All right. So I am going to enter a rage, which gives me advantage on strength checks and saving throws, and +3 melee damage with strength weapons. And that'll last for 10 rounds. And I just want to see if I can go into a frenzy here.
Ooh, a rage and a frenzy.
Yeah, basically, while in a frenzy, I can make a single melee weapon attack as a bonus action on each of my turns after this one.
Ooh.
And I'm going to attack with my Warhammer. And that is going to be a 21.
That will hit.
Okay, and I'll do... nine points of damage.
All right.
And then I have 2 weapon fightings. That means I can make a second attack with my Mace of Disruption, which has... since this is an undead character, the creature will take an extra 2d6 radiant damage if I hit. So I'm going to roll a 24.
That will hit.
And I do... okay, so 6 points of bludgeoning damage, 7 points of radiant damage, and I will also try my intimidating presence.
Ooh.
It succeeds on a wisdom saving throw, difficulty 12.
It fails.
Okay, so it is frightened until the end of my next turn, and I can use my action to extend the duration of the effect each turn unless it moves out of the line of sight more than 60 feet away.
All right. Goodness. And I will say, as you've done a bunch of bludgeoning damage, you notice that your Warhammer and your mace do a lot more damage because it's just kind of breaking these bones left and right of this thing.
Excellent.
Oh, that's good to know.
I don't know if it helps that my Warhammer is also magical.
Generally, it does help. Not in this particular encounter.
Oh, so the Warhammer, because it's magical, has a +1 bonus to attack and damage rolls.
Mm-hmm.
Is that incorporated already into... I believe that's already incorporated into the numbers.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
All right.
All right. I think I've done enough.
You have tattered this skeleton. And I will point out the skeleton has yet to go. Skeleton hasn't done anything. Maybe it wants to hug you. Linnell.
Yeah.
The skeleton doesn't want to hug you. Spoiler alert.
Darn it. So would I know anything about the nature of a skeleton? Is this like a creature that's reanimated by magic, or is this something else? I would obviously be happy to roll to figure this out. I was thinking, because I'm a warlock and kind of dabble in those sorts of magics, that maybe I would know a little bit more.
Well, you all know, so you are all high-level adventurers. You've seen some stuff, and I will say that this skeleton. Skeletons are basically the most basic form of undead creature that there is. So this is just a giant undead creature. It is, pretty much when you go to the undead store, the most basic model is a normal skeleton. If you want to upgrade, you get yourself a giant skeleton. They are
one of those 12-foot skeletons from Costco.
Oh, exactly. Yeah. That's exactly what this is. Except it's animated and trying to kill you with a giant sword.
Cool.
And it swings its sword a bunch of times, and it doesn't really have that much other than that for a skeleton. But it is 100% undead, evil creature.
All right. In that case, I think we will just you hear sort of the sound of whooshing wind as these black daggers appear from nowhere and start to fill the air around the skeleton and sort of attack out at the skeleton. And let's see. It's a creature. Okay, it's just spelled okay. Or on a turn of this. Yeah. Okay. So let's see. A creature takes 4d4 slashing damage when it enters the spell's area for the first time on a turn or starts its turn there. So it sounds like I can center it on the skeleton, but it won't take the damage until my turn is over, correct? Since it has to start its turn there. Its
turn starts, which will be
so basically
the
next.
turn. Yes.
Yeah. All right, cool. Well, then I will go ahead and roll for that. And holy God, it's 10d4 because I have to cast it at a higher level. So that is... Wait, why are you not telling me what that is? Where are my rolls? Okay. I will tell you when your turn starts, which I assume is now. So it's 27. Let's see what type of damage. That is slashing damage. I don't know if that works well on skeletons. 27 slashing damage.
I mean, it doesn't work poorly. But if you are encountering a skeleton, bludgeoning is where it's at. Because you want to smash up those bones. But this skeleton does not take kindly to all that damage. It is this skeleton started off the round hale and hearty, and has ended the round not so much. But is there? So yeah, you're going to stay where you are, Linnell? Do you want to move?
Yes, except I do cast this warlock. Blah blah blah. I can cast mage armor on myself, so I will just sort of get that ready.
All right. So now the skeleton is frightened of Thald, but also wants to get Thald away from it as soon as possible. So it's just going to attempt to attack it, because that's the only... If you're a giant skeleton, the way you solve everything is with your scimitar. So it's going to attempt to attack Thald 3 times.
Is the skeleton stop motion animated like in a Ray Harryhausen?
Yes. Yes, it is.
Then I love him.
I like how Scott just slid 3 times in there.
Yeah, right at the end. 3 times.
Subtract the D4 from all of your attacks, please.
Thank you for that reminder, because I have forgotten. All right, so that is a... What is that? That's a 20 to hit Thald.
17, armor class 17.
After subtracting the D4, it's a 20?
Oh, sorry.
Yes.
No.
No, yours is the same, Nick.
Yeah.
So you have an AC of 20?
No, an armor class of currently 17.
Okay.
Base.
All right, so you get hit once. That misses.
Wow, this thing really hits hard.
And that misses. Okay, so only once. So it swipes this huge scimitar at you and does a disappointing amount of damage. 11 points of slashing damage.
All right.
Copycat.
It opens its skeletal mouth and voices a soundless scream of rage. And now it's Chamosa's turn.
That just looks like this.
It sounds very atmospheric when I describe it, but yes, it was just the skull opening and closing.
Okay, I am going to take a step forward and try to use my 2 magical swords. First one, Flame Tongue, which is in my... we're going to say that's in my left hand. 11.
All right, that hit. Bounces off its undead male armor.
The short sword of warning is also going to have an 11 to hit.
No,
it warns, but does not execute on its warning.
It says, warning, there's a giant skeleton in front of you.
Sekhmet, I'm going to say, Sekhmet, attack! And it will... Let's see how.
And it will do that very thing.
and it pounces upon the skeleton.
Well, it's with a 12 to attack with claws.
It pounces near the skeleton and misses, sadly.
That was a great round all around for me. Thank you. You're welcome,
step
everyone.
boldly forward, and do you want to stay where you are or move back?
No, I'll stay where I am.
All right, Daffné, you're in the corner.
Eldritch Blast, please.
Oh, coming right up.
3 beams. Pew, pew, pew. 23, a 14, and a natural 20.
14 misses, but the other 2 hit.
Excellent.
These Eldritch Blasts blast this giant skeleton twice, taking big chunks out of its shoulders.
21 points of damage, thanks to that natural 20.
Wow, what it blasts one of its arms clean off. It's still standing, but just barely.
I'm still standing.
Yeah. Anything else?
That's all.
All
no,
right.
I'm done. That's like plenty.
It was impressive. Yes, you have now Thald before you is a frightened one-armed giant skeleton who had such high hopes.
Can't scream
at the beginning of this encounter.
All right, so let's pummel it some more. I'm going to use my Mace of Disruption and roll a 14.
That will miss. It bounces off its arm.
And I forgot I have 2 attacks per action, so I'm going to attack again with my Mace of Disruption. And this time roll a 13.
That will miss. You need a 17 to hit.
Yeah. And so now I am going to, as a bonus action, use my Warhammer. And 21.
That certainly hits.
Okay, so then that does 1d8 plus 5. So 10 points of damage, plus, since I'm in a rage, another 3 points of damage. So 13 points of damage.
All right, so I imagine Thald kind of like swings this hammer, kind of, chokes it up like a bat, swings it. He smashes this giant skeleton's skull clean off its head, or clean off its neck, and these bones just clatter. Bones and ancient armor clatter on the floor as the giant skeleton has been defeated.
Yay!
Thald seems mildly disappointed.
Sorry. And you look into the chest, and it is empty.
Well, should I open the next one?
I think we should check the silver chest next.
Right.
Does it need any healing really quick?
No.
I'm okay.
Okay.
I'm okay.
It's fun being this high of a level. It's like,
I know.
I've only lost 4 out of 124 points so far.
All right. So the silver chest is also just like all the others, except it is silver. It's affixed to the floor. It doesn't appear to be locked.
Okay, I'm just going to do a check for traps. 22.
Doesn't appear to be trapped.
Okay, and I open it.
All right, you open it, and inside this silver chest is a clear crystal box that holds a ring inside of it.
Aha.
It is
a ring.
What a surprise.
Ring. Okay, I'm going to... I'm going to look at the clear crystal boxes and see if it looks like it's trapped in any way.
Nice.
Give me a perception check.
9.
Oh, well, I help. So you can roll again.
Yeah, roll again.
Oh, excellent. 11.
It does not appear to be trapped.
Okay. Is it fastened to the box, or can it be picked up?
It is set into the chest bottom, but it can be lifted up.
Okay.
It's designed to be lifted up.
Okay. I'm going to pick it up.
All right. So you pick it up, and as you pick it up, you hear a click.
Oh, God.
As 3 darts fly out towards you. 2 of them hit you, so they hit you in the neck, and you take 6 points of damage. But you're holding the box.
I pull them out and just throw them on the ground.
And yeah, inside this box it's a lovely crystal box, and inside of it is a ring.
All right, perfect. I now have a crystal box with a ring in it.
Yes, and you're all, once again, you've all been adventurers forever, so you've seen a million of these rings. This is a fairly common magic item. It's a ring of protection.
Oh. Okay, so what do we want to do? Do we want to open the third chest?
Oh, yeah. Let's check the third chest for traps and open it to see if there's anything inside.
I check the third chest. That's the gold one.
All right. Give me a perception check.
25.
It does not appear to be trapped.
Okay, I open it up.
All right. You open it up, and it is holding a bunch of snakes.
What?
And they slither out and start
underneath
attacking.
is 1,000,000 gold pieces.
And
Yay!
frankly, it
And
is
underneath that is a billion snakes.
Only reachable if you move the gold.
It is ridiculous because you are 4 15th level characters, and a swarm of poisonous snakes is going to take you less than a round to kill. So you are surprised, you go, and then you mercilessly kill all of the snakes, and you realize that the chest was empty other than a bunch of poisonous snakes.
Hang on.
Gold is always a lie.
So this chest was just full of poisonous snakes?
And that's
Yes.
it.
How long has it been since this chest was opened?
They're magical.
There have been untold numbers of snake civilizations that have risen and fallen in this chest.
Eating what?
Each other.
Each other.
Snakes are gross.
Well, Sekhmet just ate 3 of them, so
there you go.
Nice.
It's Sekhmet
Constitution saving
Chow.
throw. No, I'm just kidding.
All right, so you're in this room. You got 3 chests, a bunch of dead snakes, a skeleton, a ring in a glass box, and that's all you've seen so
And
far.
a bell,
in
a
this
book, and a candle.
room. That's right.
We fade back in as we're stomping the last snake to death.
That's right.
I think we should put the ring
in the slot.
Oh,
Sounds good. Let's go.
all right. I'll move your
Let's go.
folks over there.
Thank you.
So back to boop. Oh, whoops! I lost you. Where did you
The strange church
Oh, I think I
room.
just lost my person. Oh, here she is.
There she is. All right, I'm trying to move everybody and failing miserably.
I am
no.
not touching my token.
Everyone else is like, we don't trust you, Scott. We're moving ourselves. All right, there we go.
I just zoomed out and made it a lot easier.
That is smart.
Smarter
All right, so
than
there you
the
go.
average
Now you're
bear.
all in the room. Put yourselves wherever you would like to be. Let me.
Oh, yeah, before we sort of did that hide behind the pews thing. I'm
Yeah.
going to do that again.
Yeah.
That seems smart.
There. And Annette, you should be able to move your panther now.
I should.
Maybe.
We'll find out.
If you can't, I'll figure it out. But all right.
All right, we're Thald will give the ring
Moved it.
to
Daphne?
yes, to Daphne.
All right. I will pick it up with
And-
my mage hand.
Ooh, and this is the ring that was in the crystal box.
I'll
Mhm.
take a moment to observe that my mage hand now has hair on the back of its hand.
So manly.
And drift it over to the slot and put it in.
All right, you slot the ring in, and it clicks. Nothing happens for a second, and then you hear a grinding sound as this section of wall starts to recede into the floor. You also hear the sounds of what sounds like a magic ring being destroyed by this process as the door opens, and there is
It
now
was a
doorway
sacrifice.
standing where that wall once was. Oops. And I chose to conceal that area instead of reveal it. So on the map that the players could see, there's still a wall there, but you should also see a little like a landing, basically. So there's a door here, and through it is a landing of some sort.
Shall we take a look inside and make sure there's no evil?
Good plan.
There's gonna be evil, but yeah.
Okay. I think we perceive at the door I'm listening specifically for sounds of living things or, I don't know, drips that don't sound like water, but instead sound like venom from the fangs of large snakes, that sort of thing.
That's a very high perception check.
I rolled a 23.
You don't hear anything. You hear, this tomb is very quiet.
Pretty quiet, yeah.
So you haven't heard much of anything, just kind of a background noise, like there's no drips, no shuffling about. So you continue to hear dead silence.
All right. Yeah, even the skeleton.
Is this the tomb that people say things are quiet as?
Oh, yeah, of course. The mythical, metaphorical tomb.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, I think Linnell goes in.
All right, Linnell, you see before you a landing that you are standing on and stairs headed down.
I carefully make my way down the stairs, ready to tank any traps.
All right, and you
get to the end there.
Find yourself in a corridor, at the end of which is a door.
A corridor. All right. I think before I walk down this hallway, I am definitely going to look for like arrow slits or arrowsmiths or anything like that. I rolled a 20. Oh, wait, I forgot I get to roll twice for that to see if... Ooh, natural 20. So a 27 total to look for traps or anything in this corridor leading to the door.
You investigate and you are 100% certain there are no traps.
All right. Oh, perhaps maybe we should step back and let the mage hand do the door.
1, 2, 3.
Give it a tug if it even moves or a push.
Thald, are you going to stay there?
Yep, I'm good.
You know, push open the door with your mage hand. Is that the idea?
Yep.
All right, the door opens easily. It reveals a room. Well, first of all, it reveals a pit just beyond the door that Daffné would not go into. So the 10, you probably can't see this. Let me draw this. We'll draw the pit. Draw shape here.
Interesting. So this is just an open pit. It's not disguised or anything.
There's an open pit right there.
Is it dark?
Everything here is dark, so Daffné has some light, and it is just a 10-foot deep pit, and beyond so it is foot. A level floor at the same level as the floor you're standing on now, and another door.
Does it look like the pit has just 4 walls? It doesn't go anywhere.
It doesn't appear like it doesn't look like it has like a doorway or anything at the bottom of the pit from here.
Could I look to see if there's like a ladder or something, just in case there's a way to get down into the pit?
There's no obvious door ladder, but if you want to give a perception check.
19 perception.
You don't see a ladder.
Okay.
I can check it if you want.
I think we should, just because it's right there in front of the door. And it's not like hidden. There's no mechanism for hiding it or whatever.
All right, hang on. This will be hilarious. I walk over the pit, turn around, press an invisible elevator button, and sink down.
That is hilarious. And what do you...
Anything down there?
It is an empty pit, it appears. If you want to give me a perception check or investigate check, if you want to look around.
That's a good roll. A 23.
Ooh, nice.
Perception.
Nothing down there.
Zoop. That's just a pit.
And there is another door on the other side of the pit.
Well, let's open that door.
Okay, I open that door without checking for traps or nothing.
That's the spirit, Daffné. It reveals the fact that I don't know why it resets to that. It reveals another door and another pit immediately behind the door.
Check that pit.
All right, I float over this pit.
I jump over.
Oh,
yeah, you can all
my
easily
broom.
get across the pit.
Got my broom back, so I'm just flying over.
I would like to check this pit, please.
Okay. Give me a perception check. On the surface, it looks identical to the previous pit.
16.
It appears to be an empty pit.
All right, I back up to the top.
And there's another door to the west.
Does it have another pit?
Damn it. I will open it with Mage Hand.
Oh, I was going to say. And it reveals...
Yes.
Another pit.
This is my
And a
favorite
corridor.
series of things.
Okay, same deal. I will check the pit.
All right, Daffné, as you are floating down, you don't even need to give me a perception check because this pit at the bottom features a door that is clearly wood, but it has been painted to look like stone and not a super convincing way. But
I would like to see if it has a trap attached to it, this door of which you speak.
This quote-unquote door.
Well, it is a pretend door. I'm going to level with you.
I rolled a 10.
You think that door has no traps.
Do you need any assistance?
Not yet, no. I will go back up to the top on this side of the pit. There's a door in this pit. Who wants me to open it?
I do.
I certainly raised my hand.
Okay, I open it.
Well, that was
With
easy.
With Mage Hand.
Nice.
Of course. You open it, and it opens up into a little tunnel that looks like maybe, we'll say 10 feet deep. Or, yeah, not deep, long. That's the adjective I was going through. It goes through this wall here, and it looks like you can make out a staircase heading down.
Ooh, we should go through this. It's a secret passage.
Mm-hmm.
It seems exciting.
Yep.
Secret passages are good.
They're never trapped.
We head down.
All right, so you all go down. So there's a staircase, and it goes to this landing.
More stairs. Start to go down the stairs for sure.
All right, and then you see that there's another staircase and a corridor with a door.
I think Linnell first goes to the end of the hall and does a perception check at the wall to see if there's a secret door somewhere.
Well, before you go down there, the stairs descend to the west. The corridor that extends past the bottom of the steps is slightly cloudy.
Oh, so this corridor that Linnell is totally not in.
Right. Well,
is still at the top of the stairs.
You would have noticed that
Got
before I said it. Yes.
Got it. Slightly cloudy. Does it seem to have a chance of rain?
Chance of meatballs. So yeah, it looks like it is. There appears to be something filling this corridor.
I rolled an Arcana check for 24 to see if there's magical properties to this strange fog.
It doesn't. You look through your Rolodex of magical effects, and you think, well, sure, there are many spells that can create gases and things. It could be one of those, but it doesn't look like this is a particular. Of itself, it's not a magical thing.
Okay. Mage Hand? Or can we even see that door in the corridor with the fog?
You can see that. So, it's just a little cloudy. So clearly there's some sort of gas or something in there. But you can see there's a doorway there. You can see the whole length of the corridor. It's just, think of it as like, a little smoky.
I will walk down the steps.
All right.
This far. And open the door with Mage Hand.
Oh, right. Give me a Constitution saving throw. The door does open, though.
14.
All right, Daphne, you are frightened.
Eek.
And the thing you want to do more than anything in this world is take the dash action and retrace your steps to move away from this area as fast as possible along the safest route as possible. But the door is open. So, Daphne, you just start running up the stairs.
Okay.
Or flying up the stairs because you're flying.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay.
What does everybody else do? You see Daphne opens the door and then kind of gets this look of terror and flies away.
Does anyone have any sort of wind spells?
Do you have a wall of wind?
Maybe we could wall of wind it to the end. Are you able to move the wall? Because if you could sort of push it along and keep the gas trapped at the end.
And Monty, give me another Constitution saving throw.
11.
Okay. You are still frightened, so you will just continue. You'll take a dash action.
Oh no!
So I can't take any action while I'm frightened?
The only thing you're doing is taking your dash action to retrace your steps and run away.
I just realized that Linnell also has Mage Hand. So while the person Komasa, wait, is it? Remind me how it's pronounced. Komasa, right? Chomasa, thank you. While Chomasa is sort of thinking about what to do, Linnell steps so that he's close enough to Daphne. Mage Hand goes out and smacks Daphne in the face to see if it'll help stop this fear that's happening.
You could have just grabbed her.
It's like a pull yourself together. Him. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or, I guess.
Mage Hand. I don't think Mage Hand actually smacks anything. No, but for effect, we'll say... Roll another Constitution saving throw, Daphne.
4.
With advantage.
Oh, yay.
Because it pleases me.
8.
All right, well, that's not much helpful. So you are still frightened. Fly away, Daphne. Fly away.
Okay, so I can cast this wall of wind, which would keep fog, smoke, and other gases at bay. So yeah, I could do that. And I could then, because it's a wall and it would go 15 feet high.
Turn left instead of right?
You would be it says you want to retrace your route. It's your safest route. I'm not sure the safest route is a place you haven't been to yet.
We've got to do something about this.
Anyways, my wall of wind is a foot thick and would definitely could block everything into that corner.
Oh, sweet. Okay. So yes. Linnell's going to start chasing down Daphne.
Thank you, because everyone just hears me screaming as I run down these tunnels.
Didn't want to say anything, but...
And I am able to, at any point, disguise self. So I turn myself into this new form of Daphne. So I appear as if I am Daphne. And I say, Daphne, pull yourself together. And I grab Daphne's arms as I'm saying this into Daphne's face.
I don't know if that would make me calmer or more frightened, but you do get a Constitution saving throw again, and I'll give you advantage because I am a kind and merciful dungeon master.
17.
Hooray! You snap yourself literally out of it, being shaken by a pale imitation of yourself.
Thank you. Hang on. Is that how I look now?
Yes, this is how you look.
Okay, stand there just a second. I adjust the hair a little. Okay, I can work with this. All right.
If I may say, you are working it. And then Linnell just sort of turns a little red on the cheeks. And then I broom back down to where the rest of the party is.
And I'm assuming Daphne comes back, and as your Shimoso has been preparing to cast Wind Wall, I assume?
Yes, so I'm going to cast Wind Wall, and it can do 120 feet range, so then I'm going to put it, let's see if I can figure out how to draw something. Like right
I remember that game.
Here.
Mm-hmm.
So I've pushed all of the gas to the side, so it is past the door.
I got you. So you're pushing it towards where you are now?
No, pushing it away from us, and so it's
okay.
locked.
So concentrating
it's all kind of
in there.
Locked in that little space there, which should clear out this and give us a clear path.
Yes,
I'm trying to see how long.
Raise your arms and your wind wall appears and sucks all of the gas into that section, and the door remains open. It appears gas-free. Well, not gas-free, but bad gas-free. Right. And the door is open.
All right. I'm heading down for sure.
All right, beyond the door, a stairway leads down. The way is blocked by thick webbing that fills the area from steps to ceiling. So it is just.
And this lasts for 1 minute, so we would not.
Oh, we got to be kind of fast. Quick perception check. If I hear any kind of scuttling or anything, or if it just seems to. Are these cobwebs or spider webs? 17 perception.
You would think that these look suspiciously like webs that were created from a web spell.
Oh. Firebolts to try to burn them away. That's the goal.
And you can do firebolts. Firebolts will take a while. As you do it, you do one firebolt and it burns away one little thing. You think something like a burning hand spell, or
I got this.
Somebody has a better one. Yeah,
I have fire breath if we want to waste it on this.
Firebolt was a cantrip.
I have plenty of spell slots. I can easily spend a 3rd level spell slot on Fireball.
Nice.
Fireball will also very easily...
Let's clean this room out, boys.
All right, where are you centering the Fireball? Just down the staircase? Or?
Well, let me just quickly refresh my memory on 20-foot radius. 1, 2, 3, down here.
Okay, so
25 feet away, so it should,
you a small mote of fire comes out of your hand and goes down the staircase and explodes into a large fireball, burning away all of the webbing instantly, and leaving some smoke rises from the floor, and everyone is impressed by the negative pressure that's created by a fireball as it goes off.
Nice. Are the cobwebs gone then?
Yes, the cobwebs are gone.
Yay.
All gone. All right, let's reveal this. Laying on the floor at the bottom of the stairs is an iron mace inlay with silver. South of this location is a modest-sized room. What you can see of it is was filled with rotting and decayed furnishings. They're all on fire at the moment. There you go. And you see along the wall, you see this strange kind of solid gold couch, and upon it you see a skeletal figure that is wearing a crown.
Is he like reclining, one leg up?
Yes.
Is it the Lich?
And it's a booming voice seems to emanate from the whole of the chamber, demanding, "Who dares disturb the rest of Asarak? It is your death which you have found." And
wait, is that part of your name?
Asarak is.
Azarak, it is your death.
It's a long
you have
name.
found. Yeah.
It's a family name.
I'm Daffné. I'm discovering some things about myself right now, but I'm pretty sure I'm Daffné.
We should probably roll initiative.
Did you say there was a mace on the wall?
There is a mace on the floor.
On the floor?
Yes. It is a silver mace. No, it's an iron mace inlaid with silver at the bottom of the stairs.
I'm going to pick that up.
Okay, you're holding it. And then we'll just
roll for initiative.
Good old initiative.
That's much better than the last one.
My initiative is
natural 20.
Oh, nice. Nice.
I got a 2.
I've got a level 1 spell that makes people immune to being frightened.
I just rolled 2 natural 20s.
You, of all people, had to be the one that had it.
So I have advantage on initiative, and I just rolled 2 natural 20s.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Well, there you go. I think you might be going first.
You move so quickly.
What
it's
is
like
your
bullet
initiative?
time.
So 21.
21, there you go. We've got a lot of 21s in initiative order at the moment. All right. Goodness, that's you guys. Most people had very impressive initiatives, and then there's me and Daphne. All right, so the room is. You have a sense before we start combat. You have a sense that this room was pretty decayed and gross before a fireball was set off in it, and now that a fireball has been set off in it, all of this ancient furnishing is kind of a lot of is on fire. Some of this lich is wearing some clothing that seems to be smoldering. It is not a great place to be, it seems. Now, with that being said, we will see what Jamosa does. So this thing is laying on this solid gold couch across from you.
Okay, well, I'm going to start by casting Hunter's Mark on him as a bonus action, which then lets me do an extra 1d6 damage. And then I think I'm going to, get up in his face with my magic swords and hope I am a little more effective this time.
All right.
So,
bring it on.
Let's start with my left hand in the flame tongue short sword with a 22 to hit.
That will hit.
And that does 10 points of piercing damage.
All right.
And the short sword of warning is still mostly warning. 11 to hit.
That will miss. You swing.
So yes, I just menacingly shake it in his face and don't actually make contact.
Why I oughta. All right. Anything else?
I believe that's all. Oh, but I put Hunter's Mark on him, which meant I got that extra 1d6.
Oh, yes. Give me that.
Of damage, which would be an extra 4 points.
All right. That seems to have hurt him. Linnell.
All right. We're going to have 3 beams of Eldritch Blast. The first one is a 19 to hit.
That will hit.
Okay. The second one is a 27 to hit, which we know hits. Okay. And the third one is okay. Yeah, that one hits 2. Okay, so here we go. 1, 7 Eldritch Blast damage, 4 and 5. 7, 4, and 5. 5 and 4 is 9. 16 damage.
All right. It takes all that damage. Anything else, Linnell?
Oh, no.
All right. Thald, you said you picked up the mace, so you have the mace.
Yep. All right. Well, I'm going to start with my Mace of Disruption, which, by the way, is casting light in a 20-foot radius.
Oh.
And I'm going to roll a 18.
That will hit.
Okay. And then that's going to do... Oh, and... range. Okay. And that's going to do 8 points of bludgeoning damage. And since this is an undead creature, it also does 8 points of special damage. And the other mace, the mace that I just picked up, what kind of damage or
it's bludgeoning damage. If you roll, I'll tell you roll to hit.
Okay. I guess I'm hoping that this is actually something special and does more than just regular damage to this.
And you can use the same pluses as your other mace.
Okay.
Just to make it easy.
So I'm going to 19.
All right. You hit it, and it is clear that it does a lot more damage than you are expecting. And I'll just roll that for you. And it doesn't really just like visibly recoils and hisses from that.
Excellent. So I'm then going to use my bonus attack to hit again with that mace.
All right.
And that's going to roll a 24.
That hits.
And
so it is cowering at this point, but it does not look good.
Okay.
Seems kind of foolish to let a weapon that's very hurtful
Right?
in the same room as you. Maybe you can't even touch it.
With that out of reach, but you know.
Okay, and I think that's I think that's all I'm going to do right now.
All right. Daffné.
I will start by taking my action to shoot this dude with 3 Eldritch Blasts.
Do it.
14, 16, and 28.
The 14 misses, but everything else hits.
Oh.
13
points of damage.
All right. Slams into him.
And for my bonus action, I will use Mantle of Inspiration.
Ooh.
Spending 1 point of Bardic Inspiration to grant 14 temporary hit points to up to 5 creatures that I can see. So that's the party. Everybody take 14 temporary hit points.
Hey.
That's awesome.
And you can, if you want, immediately use your reaction to move up to your speed without provoking opportunity attacks.
Amazing.
Oh.
I'm not saying you have to, but that is an option. For instance...
Daffné takes that. So yeah, anyone that can move, and if you're standing next to, let's say, an undead creature of some sort, they will not get an attack of opportunity, so you can just move away.
I think
if you
Linnell will move
you don't need
back to here.
All right. The people who are actually next to the enemy combatants do not want to move, but that kind of tracks because they want to be there to hit. All right, it's his turn. Well, Thald did a bunch of damage, so he's going to try and slam against him. Where's my D20? Here it is. And so 2 times. It basically takes his body and just slams him with a 17 and a 14. I think the 14 misses.
17 hits.
So you take...
do you have to exceed armor class or match armor class?
Match or exceed.
Okay, yeah, so 17 hits.
So you take 8 points of bludgeoning damage and 3 points of necrotic damage. So 11 total. As this kind of undead creature just throws its body at you, and it looks kind of like it's in a panic, trying to paw at the mace that you're holding that you had picked up as well. And that's all it does. Shimosa.
I'm gonna go for my 2 swords again. So 19 with my flame tongue sword.
That'll hit.
And that is 10 plus the extra from the hunter's mark, which is so 14 total.
All right, still up.
And let's see if the Sword of Warning is going to do anything this round. 20. But not
yes.
a natural 20.
Well, still hits.
Okay. 5. And then I believe it with the hunter's mark, it says every time I deal damage, I get the extra d6, not just once a turn. So
that's cool.
You've got 5 plus 2, so 6 or 7. Watch me math.
All right. This is undead creature. Didn't look very good to begin with, but it looks even worse now. Do you want to stay where you are?
Yeah, I'm going to stay where I am. I feel pretty confident I can take this dude.
Linnell.
I know that a 16 or higher will hit. If it's any lower than that, I will consult you, but I'm going to do another Eldritch Blast. So I will just quickly roll 3 and see.
Excellent.
Based on that. Okay, so that one hits. I will that one does hit, and that one hits. Okay. 6, 4. So that is 16 force damage.
All right. It's slammed against the golden couch that it was laying on. It's still writhing. That's what it does. It writhes. Anything else, Linnell?
No, that's all.
All right, Thald, you've got this very not great looking undead creature.
Okay, I'm going to use this mace that I found in the room. And I'm going to get a 22.
All right, so you hit it.
Attack.
And it screams and basically is disintegrated and disappears in a puff of smoke. And a moment after that, the mace starts to glow and shatters in your hand. Doesn't do any damage. And then you all feel the room that you're in starts to shake a little bit.
So we should move.
Exit stage left.
So
run up into the hallway.
Yep.
All right, and as you're running up, the shaking increases, and you hear and feel this room collapse into itself, and dust billows up through the staircase and chases you, and bits of stone hit you and kind of, ow.
I don't want to cause trouble, but how long does that wall of wind last?
It was 1 minute, so I could be recasting it to make sure that it stays firm.
Well, we should get out of this hallway then, too.
Yeah.
Back up the stairs at least, so we can kind of regroup from there.
And you hear kind of large cracks and groans as the stones seem to settle. What would you like to do?
Continue on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we should go back out of the pit and follow the corridor.
All right. Mm-hmm. Well, so at the top of, you go out of the pit and through the secret door, you climb out of the pit, and there's a very, very long hallway that is very, very long. And it ends in a doorway. This is it.
This has got to be trapped somewhere.
A ridiculously long corridor. So are you just going to go down you're just flying down the hallway, Daffné, to the door?
That's right.
Okay.
Yeah, you're gone.
She's just like, well, I'm going to follow
I'm
now.
following Daffné.
So you are, as your party catches up with you, you're standing in front of a thick wooden door that is heavily bound with iron bands and several locks keeping it shut.
And none of us can pick a lock.
You guys want to see something cool?
Sure.
Yeah.
All right. I cast knock.
Yay.
All right. You knock at the door. There's a loud booming knock that fills and reverberates the corridor. And Daffné very, very confidently goes to open the door, and it is still locked.
So when is the cool thing going to happen?
That's when I stump down the tunnel and sulk.
Linnell actually says, so do we think that was the Lich? It seemed rather easy to defeat.
That wasn't him. No way.
Mm-mm.
I hope we didn't miss a key or other item in that room upon its collapse. We should keep it on the list for places to return. Okay, that's all. I don't know what to do about this door.
Can we kind of take a tally of the methods of locks, and like you said, it's got keys and...
Yeah, it's got a ridiculous amount of locks on it of all different kinds and varieties. It's probably got, we'll say 15 different locks of various kinds. Some are built into the wall, some are not the wall, the door, some are padlocks.
Can the people who are magical sort of see if they're are they just all mundane locks, or is there anything special about them? Obviously there must be something if we couldn't magic them open.
Yes, I mean, it's super surprising that a knock spell would not unlock a door.
Okay.
It's possible that this is a fake door just there to make us waste resources trying to break through it.
Could we investigate? I'll investigate, I guess, for...
What about your true...
Oh, yeah. Maybe now is the time to use it again. How do we all feel about that? I've got 2 more left. 2 more. Was it 2? How many did we have? 4 or 3?
3 in a day.
Okay,
Maybe.
3 in a day. What do we think?
It could make sense, because it could also tell us if there are any secret passageways and stuff.
Yeah, check the door, but also check the hallway we're in.
I was going to say, and Linnell could also take the opportunity to run back down. Oh no, because the fear cloud. Darn it. I do have advantage against being made afraid. Because I was thinking I could also quickly look through that room where we just, after the rubble has settled, if there's anything in there as well. So that way it doesn't feel like, I don't feel like it's a super waste, but I would like to make sure that we didn't miss anything in that room.
Sounds good.
Okay, so yes, I say, or Linnell says again, claritui, and there's that glow, and then Linnell lifts it up to his eye, and first looks at the door, up and down, all around.
It is a door that appears to be a door.
The door appears mundane. Perhaps it will require, and I look over at Thrall, a strong hand.
Now, True Sight doesn't detect magic, so it appears to be what it is, but it could be magical.
Okay, so disregard what I have said, but True Sight does not detect anything. And Linnell's going to sprint, sort of looking back and forth on the hallway as he's sprinting back down. I guess it's 10 minutes, so I don't have to sprint, but walking quickly, moving through the hall. Do I see anything with True Sight in this hall first?
In the hallway, nope. It is just as it appears.
Okay, then I will make my way.
Are you all going to go as a group?
Oh,
I'm gonna stay kind of close in case
I need some help.
Gets in trouble.
Okay,
yay!
So before you
I'm ready
go down,
with the wind of wall.
On that staircase, you see a secret door on this wall.
Oh, well, that's good to know. Linnell scratches on that wall with that same symbol. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's a smiley face. There's a secret door here symbol. And now I'm going to go down the stairs and hopefully not die or not be scared or frightened or whatever it is.
Are you just going to wait for the wind wall?
Oh, yeah. Was wind wall a spell slot for you?
It is a spell slot.
Okay, so I don't want you to have to use that if
hang on.
Oh.
I will touch you and cast Heroism. A willing creature you touch is imbued with bravery. Until the spell ends, the creature is immune to being frightened and gains temporary hit points equal to blah, blah, blah. You already have 14, so that doesn't matter. There you go. You're immune to being frightened for the next minute.
Okay, perfect. So in that next minute, I don't know how far I should go, Scott, because I don't know if there's going to be a bunch of stones in the way, but I'll get to the door and at first look through with the True Sight thingy.
You get through to the door, you look through, and you see the room as it was before. There's broken furniture, it's smoldering, there's a dead zombie on the floor, and a golden couch. There is no sign of any recent collapse.
What? Okay, Linnell walks inside and starts looking around with that gem of seeing.
You see, you find a jade coffer that itself is worth 5,000 gold pieces and contains 6 potions of healing. You see that there's a crown.
On. 6 potions of healing, okay.
The zombie is holding or wearing a crown that has it's set with gems and is worth 25,000 gold pieces.
Oh my god!
You look at the couch and you think that's really gold, and it's worth 50,000 gold pieces, but it's super heavy and cannot be moved. You also find a small sack that is scorched because there was previously a fireball very recently here that holds 278 platinum pieces, 29 gems, each worth 10 gold pieces each. It has 7 spell scrolls, which I can tell you about.
Spell scrolls.
And they're first and second level wizard spells, and a map showing a location several hundred miles away.
Okay, I just say, everybody get your pockets, everyone get your pockets and your backpacks ready. We have quite a bit to carry. Wow, okay. I guess
Thald, if you're there and you are very confused because you hear Linnell talking, but the space that he is in is completely covered with rocks. It looks like it's completely been caved in. So you're like, I don't know what's going on here.
So if I reach out and just like put my hand where the rocks are,
your hand goes through the rocks.
Interesting.
Ow, that was my eye. It would appear there is a very strong illusion in this room.
So if I walk into the rocks, what happens?
You walk through and you see Linnell in the room as it was before.
Excellent. I'm going to pick up the crown.
You can put it on your head.
I don't know. Might try to take over.
And you can spend some time looking around. There's a bunch of ancient and burnt up furniture and furnishings in here now. But all you'll find are the things that I listed.
Okay. Cool.
And now that you see the body of the thing that you thought was a lich at the moment, it is obviously a zombie of some sort, not a lich.
Oh, okay. Easily confused.
Well, it was completely designed to confuse
it was part of the illusion
yes.
as well? Okay, got it.
How much was that crown worth?
That crown is worth 25,000 gold pieces.
That's just a ridiculous amount. Amazing.
It's a very
we're going to open a tavern when we're done this.
Yeah. All right. Well,
now you have 2 doors that you are aware of. You've got the secret door that
I forgot about that secret door.
Linnell just found, and the door that thwarted Daphne's knock spell.
Secret.
I agree.
Secret door.
Secret door.
All right. Secrets are always fun.
Secrets.
All right. You open it and... Oh, wait. Are you going to check it? Are you going to do anything?
Nah, I guess not this time. We did sort of say we were opening it, so.
It's not as much fun if we say we're checking it every time. Let's let some traps go off. It's fine.
There are no traps on this door, though. It opens up and you see a corridor that then takes a turn to the south.
I guess we'll at least enter it. Yeah.
In that corner.
All right. And you see another corridor that leads to a door.
Another door.
There's doors and corridors.
And there's no cloud in this
place.
This corridor, is there? No clouds of...
Nope, it looks clear.
By the way, is your...
Oh, yeah, it should still be working. Well, no, probably after we gathered all of that stuff. I think
it's
it
only
would
a
be
minute,
fair
right?
to say.
Taking a while.
Yeah.
Yeah. I will investigate the door for traps, though. Come on, roll 20. You can roll faster than that. I've seen you do it. A 13 investigation.
You don't see anything unusual. It's a door. It appears to be a door.
All right, I step back.
That's just a door.
And look to Daphne.
What?
If you would like to give your mage hand a rest, I keep forgetting I too have mage hand. And
feel free, absolutely.
All right, my mage hand, a very slender hand, rushes forward. It's a large hand, but slender, kind of alien-like, and first pushes on the door, and then pulls on the door.
Pushes open. And then closes because you pulled on it.
Oh, darn it. And then pushes it forward again.
Okay. That one's open.
All right, I'm moving forward.
All right, this room is a fairly large room, and there is a corridor leading out of it to the southwest. And in this room, the walls are lined with shelves filled with old jars. There's a large desk and a stool, 2 workbenches, a couple of tables that look as though they have a couple of mummies in various stages of preparation. There are clay pots and urns on tables. There are linen wrappings strewn about, dried herbs everywhere, bones and skulls litter the whole place. And there are also, in kind of the southern part down here, there are 3 large vats that are about 7 feet in diameter, 4 feet deep. You don't know what's in them yet. They're just large, 3 large vats. Then a bunch of tables. Just think of Dr. Frankenstein's laboratory, and you've kind of got an idea with less electricity at the moment. But
will they figure out what's in the vats?
Yes. Going to drink from one.
That's right. We bring a close to this year's Shocktober event, where we have discovered a laboratory and mummy preparation room. What will happen a year from now? Will we meet our mummies? I apologize. Thank you to my players for playing once again, and thank you all for listening. Enjoy the rest of your Shocktober.
Spooky. Chain rattle, chain rattle, chain rattle. Bats, 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 bats.